Hello. Hi, it's me, Jace, and I'm back with another tutorial for a bracelet called the Dragonfly Effect. Okay, this was created by Kitty Cat Lumbans. Okay, Helene Advocate. Okay, this is a really nice development from a bracelet called let me double check. Hold on a second. I am trying to get the correct credits. Okay, so the Venus bracelet was created by pretty underscore and underscore rainbow. She was the one, or he or she, I'm not sure, was the one who created it. And this is an adaptation of that design with borders. So the one with borders was created by Kitty Cat Loombands, and I believe she asked permission for it, and she called it the Dragonfly Effect, and this is how it looks. So credits go to pretty underscore and underscore rainbow for the original Venus bracelet design. Okay, and this one is the version called the Dragonfly Effect, and I made a second version with limited edition bands, which also looks fantastic, very pretty, very beautiful. And then I made a third one which had my different glitter and Liberty Blues, you know, stuff like that, and caramel chocolate, which is also pretty. And this one is my favorite. Ta-da! The Tin Man with the two glitter bands, and this is the Egyptian purple. Okay, so it's purple underneath, so the theme dominating it is purple. So I like all four, and they are also pretty. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the Dragonfly Effect by Kitty Cat Loombands. So to start with, we will first make the inner part, which is the Venus bracelet. So the first thing that you need to do is to get a cap band. Okay, a cap band. Wait, yeah. Wait, no, wait. I'm confused. I'm supposed to use, for the middle part, I will be using my sparkle maroon. Okay, so get a cap band, and then get another band of the same color. These are all for the inner color, so you don't have to worry about making it different. So that's how it looks. Cap band with a single band, and then you will add one band per side. So it's one band here, okay, and another band for the other side. So I'll just remove these two with this. So you just place one band per side. So what you have is that. Okay, that is not difficult to figure out. Okay, so now here comes the part where you put the middle bands, and for me I'll be using brown and yellow. These middle bands are the ones that are here. Okay, so this one, this middle here, is this one. Okay, so we are going to do it first without the border, because we add the border when we're done. So this is the beginning. So I want to start with my first color, which is yellow. You will add two. Okay, so the way I do it is like this. You put the yellow in the middle after the first band, right there, like that. Okay, then I just remove this first band, and then I just unloop these next two. And then you just put it there. Okay, and then you will reclaim those two again, but you have to pull on the yellow so it's inside, and then you close. So that's how it looks there. Okay, and then you push that to the other side of the hook, and you just let the two yellows fall over the other side. Ta-da! Okay, that's it. Now you will cross the bands. So for me it's going to be right over left, like that. Okay, and then now I will add one band each under the two pairs again. So you get your other band, the next one, and then you unloop these two, just like that, and then you close. Then I will repeat that on this side. So I just go back to the other side, push to the end, and then add another band under the first two again, just like the other side. So you just unloop the two, and you're back at the beginning. See? So you will get your two yellows again. So I get my two yellows, place it there in the second, after the first one, and then you remove this. Okay, hold it down. Now you unloop these two. So you unloop the first one, and then the second one, and then you reclaim the two again, then you close and you push to the other side, then you let the two yellows fall off the hook. Ta-da! Okay, and then you will cross these two again. So once again, it's right over the left. So this is the right over the left, like that. Okay, so you get your two bands again and loop these two over, and then close, and then you go to the other side and unloop the two again, and then you close, and you're back to the beginning, the two yellows again. So 1, 2, 3, and loop the first one, then you will unloop these two again, and then reclaim those two again, and then you close. Cha-jan! Then you push to the other side again, and then loop. Then you cross the middle bands again before you add the single bands. So you cross this, and now you're ready to add one per side again. So you add one here, then you just go to the other side and repeat the single band. Like that. Okay, so I'll do it two more times. So you go and get your two again, place it in the second part, second right after the first one, remove the first, and now you unloop these next two, and then you reclaim those two, and then close. Then you go to the other side. I'm so sleepy. It's because it's so cold, it's raining. Okay, and then you loop it like that. So you now have 4 sets. So we'll do it one more. Go, we cross first. Cross, and then add single bands again. And there. And then you close. Then you go to the other side. And then you get your single band again. And loop the two. And then you close. Okay? And we add one more set because I want to make sure that I don't make it too long, because it's just a tutorial. So you remove this and loop the two, and then you reclaim them again, then you close, then you go to the other side, then you close. Okay, so once you're done, if you've already reached the length of the bracelet that you want, okay, but just as an advice, this tightens when you add the border. So what will happen is that if this is your length, if this is your bracelet length, okay, like this, you might want to add extra 5 links, 1 2 3 4 5, because once you place the border, it will be shorter. Okay, so you will feel that your bracelet is not long enough. So when you make it, make sure you add extra, because it will shorten once you put the border. Okay, so when you are done and you already reach the end, all you have to do is to just cross these two again. Okay, and then add a single band from each side. So you add one here, and then you add another one on the other side. Ta-da! Okay, and once you're done with that, you can C-clip this already. So let me just get my C-clip. Got my C-clip. Okay, so we've got our C-clip here, and if this is the end of your bracelet, you just C-clip this for these 4 bands, just like that. Okay, so now we are ready to borderize it. Okay, so pay attention. Once you start the border, you will work with the cap bands that you have at the bottom. Okay, so you start with one of the cap bands, you pick it up, and then you get your first border and unloop this first cap band. Ta-da! Okay, then you will get the first of your side bands, middle bands. Okay, and then under the 2 you place another border band. So we're now just adding border bands galore. Okay, so there, so 2, and then that's it. You're now ready to start the sequence of the bordering. So when you border, what you need to do is you get the next 2, not just 1 but 2. So you get 1 and 2. Okay, and then you will get this last band and loop it over the next one like this, like that. Okay, again, this last band, you place it as the 4th band. So you have 4 bands right there, which you will loop on a single border color again. So you get all 4 and you unloop them, then you close. Okay, then you get the next 2 again, and once again after you get the next 2, you get the last border band again and place it as the 4th. Okay, so you will unloop 4 bands all the time. So you get your next border color and unloop these 4 again, and then you close. Okay, and then you get the next 2 again. It's super easy like that. And then you move the last one over the last one over, get it to the 4th, and you have your 4 again, which you unloop on another border band. Ta-da! Okay, and then you get the next 2 again. See, it's so easy. And then you cross over the last band, make it the 4th, and now you get another border band and unloop these 4 bands, and then you close. Okay, so you have one last. So what you do is you just get the last, and then you get this last band over again. So you now have 3. You get another border band and unloop those 3, and then you close. Okay, and now to close the bracelet, the border, you get a single band, unloop the first one, then cross this over again like that, and then unloop the last one, and then you close. And to lock this, all you have to do is to get one of these, remove them from the C-clip like that. Okay, and then unloop these two. Ta-da! And then you can lock it again. Oops. There. See? Then you go to the other side and repeat the same steps. You get the border, you get the cap band, then you get your border band and place the cap band there, single one, and then you get just the first band, this, and then unloop these two on a single border band again, and then you close, and you begin. You get the first two, you cross this over and make it the fourth band, and then you get a border band and unloop the 4, and then you close. You get the next two again, cross this over and unloop the 4, and then you close. Get the next two again, cross this over and unloop the 4. Ta-da! And then you close. You get the next two again. Cross the last one over and unloop the 4. And then you close. And lastly, you get this one, last one band, cross this over again, and you cross it over like that. Ta-da! And lastly, you get one single band. Unloop one, and then cross this over, and unloop the last one. And then you close. Close. And to lock it, you get this one band, unloop it from the C-clip, like that, and you unloop these two bands. And then you lock it again. Ta-da! See how cute? And see how it tightened? It was longer earlier when I was holding it, remember? So, that's basically how you make it. The super beautiful butterfly effect, dragonfly effect bracelet. Okay, again, this was created by the super amazing Helene Advocat, Kitty Got Loom Bands. This is the beautiful dragonfly effect. And when you make it, please don't forget to hashtag Jace Alvarez, Dragonfly Effect Bracelet, and Kitty Got Loom Bands, because we'd love to see them. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye!